So you might have heard the phrase node-based editing, and I'm going to show you exactly what that means and how to use it in Kittl. So if you're unfamiliar, or if you've been a little bit afraid or just not sure how to use it, hopefully by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly what you want to do. So let's take a look at this project in Kittl, and don't worry if it seems a little bit overwhelming. We're going to go through exactly how this is set up and how to add more nodes that connect to different things like smartboards where you can create AI images, or even video boards where you can generate video. So if I just zoom in here, you're going to first notice a lot of different arrows, and you're going to be noticing purple boxes, purple outlined boxes that are different from what an original or a usual artboard would be. So in both of these examples right here, we have just a normal artboard, and we could just draw that if we wanted to create a brand new one. We have the little artboard tool down here where you could click A, where you can draw any size of artboard. You could even adjust it over here, or use these little bounding box anchors to make it bigger or smaller. We don't need this one because we already have one right here. And then just like editing a design in any other tool, you can click in and start editing your text. You can change it to something else. You could work on a new logo. You could come over here to templates and you could add a new design, which will add a new artboard to your whole project, to your whole canvas here. I can still take the design off if I want to, for example, which I'm going to hit Command Z to just put it back. But what we're focused on here are the nodes, or what we like to call flows, Kittl flows. And you'll see that there is an arrow here, a purple arrow here connecting to this image, and then another purple arrow connecting to this image and down in this one. And even if I move over here, you can see how quite robust we can get. We can see lots of arrows connected to our initial artboard here, and then we can even see arrows connected to more artboards, so smartboards connected to smartboards, which is really great for generating. So let me show you exactly how this works. So we have our original package here. Now there's a couple of different ways that you can add a smartboard, or add a mockup, or add a video board. But if I were to click this little arrow right here, you're going to see the three options that we have: an image board, otherwise known as a smart board, a video board where you can generate video with AI, or a mockup. Let's click mockup for the moment. And when I click that, it's going to add a box down here below or across from, depending on where I move it. You see, if I move it up here, you can see it's coming from the right. If I move it up here, it's going to come from the top, or down here. I'm going to keep it down here for the moment. And then what I can do is I can open up our mockups feed, and I'll just type in something like coffee for the moment to see what comes up. So this one looks really, really cool. I'm gonna go ahead and click this right here, and then we can see this really, really neat mockup, and this is attached to this original design. And what's really neat about node-based editing is that when you adjust something in the original design, what it's attached to will update. So if I were to select this part of the label, you can see we have a border, we have a selection color down here that is pink. If I wanted to change this to like a teal color, then you can see that it updates in my mockup, which is really, really easy and fast for lots of iterations. Now, you might notice that it didn't change on our smart boards, on our image boards that are connected, and that's because we would have to go in and regenerate the image, because this has been generated based off of the previous example, based off the previous artboard. Now, we could leave this exactly like it is, make sure we don't have anything talking about pink colors in here, and I could go ahead and hit generate again. Instead of the pink label or the pink logo, it should regenerate with the new teal colored logo on top of the box package. And there we have it. Our image does look a little bit different because every AI image generation will be different each time, but you can see now it is still attached to this, and because I generated the image again with the same prompt that was in it, it changed it to that teal color. Now, what's really neat about attaching smart boards or image boards or video boards, again, using node-based editing, is that everything talks to each other. So for example, if I were to attach another image board to this one where I want to generate an image, so I can click this right here. I'm going to drag it down below. I'm going to hit image board, and then I'm going to use Nano Banana Pro to change the background. And I also want to click match input because I want it to be the same exact size, which I think is a 1x1. So I'm going to say change the background to a dark wooden table, keep the lighting and colors the same. And we'll go ahead and hit generate. And because this is attached to the previous thing through the nodes, through Kittl flows, each part is talking to the next one. So that's why node-based editing is extremely powerful. You can get lots of different iterations. You can get lots of different changes quickly, as you saw when I updated the mockup, because the mockup is connected with a node to the original design. You can update your design really quickly, which will then update all of your mockups. And so when the nodes are attached to each other and the flow keeps on going, it is a really powerful way to be editing or designing, because you can get a lot of really cool iterations. So here is our image now, which perhaps doesn't really fit for this kind of aesthetic, because the dark wooden background is kind of meshing with the darkness of the brown bag and the coffee beans, but you get the idea for how I could take the image and change it again with the node-based editing. So if we look over here, we can see that we even have two parts of the design. So this logo is a little bit different than the full label that was going to be on a bag or a package. And you can see that there are two designated areas. This is how you can get even more robust with your node-based editing. If I were to click on this image and then open up our prompt panel, this is another really helpful tip, is that Kittl always stores the prompts that were used. Whenever you open up a template, whenever you're looking at an image that was generated with AI, you can always check out the prompt down here. So you can see apply only the lower section, which you can see has a little red box around it, of the provided design onto two transparent ice cups. A woman holds two transparent ice cups. And so this is a really great way to have multiple options coming from one initial design. If we are to go down to, say, this option up here, and let me just zoom out so you can see the design and the t-shirt here. It says apply only the upper logo from the provided design, which that's being right here. You can see the image here, onto the back of a brown t-shirt with natural fabric, blah, blah, blah. Exclude the red frame, also very important. And then you can see here, because this image has already been generated, there is another board that's connected. So remember, they clicked this, added another board right here, another image board, and then they started editing and typing in a new prompt. So this one now says extreme close-up of the barista working naturally behind the counter, pink cap embroidered with the provided design partially hides her eyes. So now you can see, if I go up in here, you can see the Tora logo is embroidered on the hat. Isn't that so neat how you can get unique different mock-ups, scenes, product photography, even videos? And this is through node-based editing. You can see here where this said to take the top text and put it on the cup. Then you have a iteration of someone pouring milk into a cup. Then you have someone holding a cup of espresso with some sparkling water. Then you have someone holding a carrier cup. This is really, really neat. And then the other thing you can do, and just so I don't leave you without being able to know how to do this, is connect different boards together into one, meaning you can take multiple images, multiple sections, multiple frames, and connect them into one image or one design. So for example, maybe I want to have these two people in the same image working together. So let's say that because you see this image and there's this kind of coffee machine back here, and then this person is up front, maybe you want to take this image. I'm going to drag it down here. I'm going to select image board. So remember, now we've created a new node, and maybe I'll just move it out of the way a little bit further. What I can also do is take this image, and I can still click and drag in to this board. So now I have two nodes that are connected into one board, and that means that you're going to be able to use both images, both references together in your prompt. So now if I click on this image board, you can see both of these images, and I'm going to be writing a prompt to put them together. All right, and so here is my prompt. I'm gonna have these images merged together. I'm gonna have the girl from image 1, you can see right here, designated as 1, working at the coffee machine in the background, the girl image 2, making matcha at the counter directly in front. The image should look like it was taken together at the same time. Have the girl, and I figured I would want to have her smiling just a little bit. So have the girl making matcha slightly smiling. And we're gonna see what we get. All right, and so you can see our image here of the two mixed together. She's slightly smiling. It's pretty much the same context as making the matcha. Then we have the same girl that's in the pink hat at the coffee machine in the background. I mean, this is such a cool way, again, using the nodes, using Kittl flows to attach boards together, attach images together, keep iterating on them. And you don't have to do this just with images. You could easily do this by taking a design, changing something in the design, or adding lots of different smart boards and then adding different versions. We have one where there's lots of monograms in it. We have one when there's lots of iconography or illustration sets that are in the same style. And you can check out a lot of these templates down in the description and open them up and start using them together. And I didn't even really talk about video in this video because I don't want to overwhelm you all at once. So maybe you go check Kittl out, start playing with flows, start connecting nodes together, and then when you're ready, go check out some of the video tutorials we have where we're showing you how to take your design, your mock-up, your image, and create video with AI, again, using boards, using node-based editing together. And of course, if you have any questions about how smart boards or image boards or anything like this works with node-based editing in Kittl, comment down below and we will get back to you as soon as we can, or we'll make another video if enough people ask the same question. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss videos just like this one and videos that could be answering your questions. You want to hit that subscribe button right down below the video. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.